Scully, and I'm a street artist based on the Sunshine Coast in Australia. And in today's video, I'm going to take you through 10 tips on how to find new clients for mural projects. Now, this is going to be well suited for mural artists that are already practicing, that already have a portfolio of work, that already have clients' jobs that they've already done, and they're looking to find new work. And this might not suit someone that doesn't already have a portfolio up and running. So 10 ways that I find new work. So the first one might seem super obvious, and I promise they're not all super obvious. The first one is sign your work and sign it in a really prominent place. So if I get a little bit nervous when I sign my work, I think, oh, I'm going to ruin it. So what I often do is when I send the proof to a client beforehand, I will often sign my proof so they know exactly where I'm going to sign the actual mural on the day. So I don't feel so bad when I sign it because it feels like the job's not done. Now, the reason why you need to sign it and make it very obvious is because for people that are passing by, particularly if it's a public mural, they'll look at the mural and go, oh my God, this is amazing. We need this in our life. Who painted it? And then you need to sign it with your name so that they can easily jump on your Instagram or jump on your website or find you on Google. The second way to find new clients, I suggest having clear signage on a job site, particularly on murals that are in the public eye, that are on public streets, on busy streets, anywhere that someone's going to see you working. Because what will happen, and I'm sure if you've painted public murals before, you know that everyone will come by and everyone wants to have a chat. Now, it's not always possible to have a chat with everyone because you're up on a scissor lift or up on scaffolding, or you're running to a deadline, or it's about to rain and you're running around like a headless chook. So I have an A-frame that I pop out the front. It's got my logo on it and it's got all my contact details on it as well. So I often get a little flurry of new followers whenever I put that sign out and I'm working on a public mural. Agents. Now, I haven't gone down this path myself, but I have been approached by agents. So a lot of agencies are getting asked by big corporations to paint up their billboards rather than print up their billboards. So a lot of these agencies are asking a lot of mural artists if they would like to be on their books. So there are a number of agents around Australia that you could probably approach and get your artworks on their books. Another option would be online booking platforms such as Book an Artist, which is predominant in Australia and also in the UK. And I think they do parts of Asia. So you can put your portfolio on this booking platform and get jobs this way. Now, I do have my portfolio on Book an Artist. And I do get at least 3 inquiries a week. There are a lot of tire kickers though, and you are competing against a lot of other artists. And they do take a decent chunk out of your commission. Facebook pages. Now, trying not to be too salesy on Facebook pages, my suggestion would be that you go to where your target market is. For example, if you like to paint babies' bedrooms, then maybe you might go to a parenthood Facebook page and post up your latest baby bedroom there. I know that a lot of local pages are also a great place to post. For example, last week I posted on the Nambour community page and I was asking them about a t-shirt that I had been asked to design for the Nambour community. So I asked their opinion on what they think should be on the t-shirt. And in my post, I put up a local mural that I had done in Nambour and then a few other bits and pieces of my work so that they knew that I was legitimately asking for a legitimate design. And then from that post, I got contacted by a local motel who's asked me to paint a pool mural for them. So without trying to be too salesy, you might still get more projects from that. The next one, networking. Now, I promise this doesn't sound as painful as it might. Networking doesn't mean going to Chamber of Commerce, old fuddy-duddy business meetings. It can also mean getting out and being social, and it can be on your own terms. So it could be at your in your basketball team, you just make sure everyone there knows that you're a street artist and that you paint murals and this is your style, and you talk about it and you tell them about it, and just make sure that the people around you know what you do. When I lived in Shanghai, I got fired from my job and started my own business and had no clients and no money and didn't speak any Mandarin. So my ideal client were expats that spoke English. So I would go out to the clubs with my friends and have a couple of drinks and network, and I would talk to all these expats and make friends with them. And most of them were starting their own businesses over there in Shanghai. So a lot of them, that's how I got my work. And it wasn't networky at all. It was just having a little bit of fun. It was on my own terms. Now I've put social media in here too. I don't get work through social media. I don't have a very big following, and that's okay. I don't put a huge amount of effort into social media, so I don't get much out of it. But I do know a lot of artists do get work through social media. So that could be another channel that you try. Referrals. Now, this is an idea that I have had, but I have not done it yet, but maybe you can try it. It might be worth setting up a referral system whereby you tell your community that already support you and already want you to do well, that you are happy to offer them a 10% referral fee. So if they find you work, you quote on the work, you get the job, you pay them 10% referral fee, and you just add that 10% onto your quote. It might work, it might not. There might need to be contracts for it, but it's an idea because the people that are already around you want you to succeed, and no doubt they would be happy to make an extra 10% of anything. Another option is talking to other artists. So when I first quit my job and wanted to be a full-time artist, I contacted all the local artists that I wanted to be like. A lot of them did not contact me back, but a couple of them did. And one of those artists is a really well-known street artist in Brisbane. And because of him, I got so many jobs. He was inundated and he would flick me the smaller jobs, which to me were massive jobs, which meant that I was kept afloat for those first couple of months when I was having trouble finding my own clients. So make friends with other artists that could potentially send you work. At the same time, support them. Maybe you want to go out and assist them on jobs as well, and vice versa. And then the last one, pro bono work. Now, I don't often suggest that artists do free work, because if we're investing our own time and money into our own education and talent and career, I think people should pay for that. But I often like to choose 1 or 2 pro bono jobs every year. It's either at low cost or free work that I do, generally for community groups or sporting groups or any organizations that just need help. So one of the jobs that I did a while ago was for Currimundi Football Club here on the Sunshine Coast, and I saw on the news that their clubhouse had been tagged tons of times, and they were really struggling with it. They kept getting broken into, and so my husband knew the president, and I got in touch with him and I said, look, let me do a mural on there and see if it acts as a graffiti prevention tool for your space. So like the week that COVID hit, before we got shut down, I raced out there and painted up this large soccer mural on the building. And I was really fortunate that the president was really proactive, and he ended up getting the news out there. And I am constantly being sent photos of people standing in front of the mural. It's such a prominent mural in the community. And it's gotten me several jobs since doing that project. So pro bono, if you're really selective around it and you're really passionate about the project, go for it. It might find you some more work. I hope that these tips have really, really helped you. If I've missed anything, or if you have any other ideas, put them in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe, because I have filmed about 15 videos, all of which are ready to slowly upload. And I promise they're full of really, really good content for street artists and up and coming artists. Thanks so much for listening.